Hey guys, and welcome back to Teachers Talk Money. We're going to be going through my March net worth today, which will be interesting because, as you guys know, a lot of drama has been happening in the stock market as a result of COVID-19. So let's get into it. We'll see that mine had some tumultuous moves, and also I got my tax return during this month. So I added a lot of money into my savings and investments. I lost some of that in my investments. Let's see where it all leveled out to. Something to keep in mind for this video is that I'm filming it before the month is totally over because it's set to go up on Thursday the 26th, and I'm currently filming it on Wednesday the 25th. So it still has time to change throughout the month. This is just when I'm documenting it to get the info out to you guys. So very possible that things could go up or down from here. But let's get into the numbers. We'll start with my Roth IRA, which is my primary retirement account that I plan on maxing out this year. For individuals of my age, so under retirement age, you can contribute up to $6,000 per year in your Roth IRA, and that's what I aim to do this year. My current balance for that from last year and this year's contributions is $3,528. And that is up from last month by a total of $177, which may sound good that it went up from last month, but that doesn't take into account that I contributed over $500 in March. So it is technically in the positive, but I did lose a lot of money in these investments over the course of March and all the craziness that has been happening with the stock market. My other retirement account that I added some money into last year is my 457 that I have through work. The current balance of this is $1,719, which has actually lost a significant amount of money. It's lost $758. So those are my two investment accounts that I actively track. We'll talk about my pension in a second. And I haven't seen too much damage in them. That's the one pro of me not having that much money invested, is that when I see it lose money, it's not like I'm seeing it lose $20,000 or something like that in one day, which I certainly have friends and family who are looking at those numbers in their life, so I'm grateful. But it is still a loss overall. Now we're going to talk about my pension, and this one's a little bit different. I can only check the value of my pension once a year for whatever reason. Pensions are very annoying like that, or they can be very annoying like that. So I still track it, but I just track what I contributed that month, which is always $382. So I just basically am keeping track of how much I have put into the pension, and so it's definitely not accurate as to the amount now, because since the stock market is going up and down, my pension too is following those trends. So it's probably not entirely accurate, but because I have no idea, I'm just going to keep tracking my contribution amount, and that is more of an estimation, but that's just the best way I could think to track it. So adding $382 from last month, my pension total is $6,162. Now we'll get into my savings, and these are a lot more fun right now because they are not as volatile, they are not as up and down. My emergency fund total, I completed it this month, thank God, right in time for an actual global emergency. And the total for that is $5,009. That is up $820 from last month because a big chunk of my tax refund went towards my emergency fund, as well as what I had typically planned to put in for the month, which was $200. My other savings are also up by quite a bit because much of my tax refund went towards those, which you can check out in my video of how I allocated my tax refund. My other savings total up, and my other savings are, I'm saving for a car when I have to replace mine, I'm saving for gifts for December, and I am saving for travel. as well as I have a fund for my summer payment. So that's all of the things that go into this, and the total for those categories is $5,067, and that is up last month $1,539. So I did see a lot of changes. Stock market was not looking too positive for my investments, but because so much of my extra money from my tax refund went towards my savings, I still saw an overall increase in net worth, which is something I am very grateful for, because it's just good to see the positive numbers. It helps me remind myself that I'm on the right track. And honestly, even if you're seeing negative numbers, you're still on the right track. That just means you've been investing well, and that means you're doing the right thing. So my total change since last month is $2,160, which brings me to a total net worth for March 2020 of $21,485, and this is beautiful for me to see. Breaking the 20,000 mark just feels really huge. Many of you guys know that when I graduated college, I had negative net worth of probably about negative $9,000, which kind of feels like a lot to see. And then when I hit that zero net worth, that was huge, and then 10,000, and now I'm at a net worth of 20,000, and it honestly feels really great, and it helps me remember that I'm doing the right things, even if the stock market is not in my favor for my investment accounts. I'm happy to show you guys this example of how it might look for your net worth. As far as your own investments go, as always, if it is going to discourage you to look at it right now at a time when the stock market is down, then do not look at your investments, and do not take out any of your investments. You will already be facing a loss just because the stock market is so low. All right, so please do not look at the accounts if it is going to at all tempt you to take out any money. Thanks so much for joining me on the channel, you guys. My net worth tracker is a part of my budget template spreadsheet, which you can get if you go to teacherstalkmoney.com/budget, or you can click the link that is in the description of this video. And I hope you do. Tracking my net worth has been so huge for me because it allows me to see that I'm on the right track or if I'm on the wrong track. It really helps me understand that these small decisions I'm making every day in my budget or my spending habits really add up to something big and meaningful over time. And that's the whole point of this. I want every teacher to know that they're able to build wealth, and it's so amazing to actually see that happening numbers wise. Tracking my net worth has been huge for me, so I hope that you guys do that also. Because this is my first net worth video, I'm also going to explain something, and that is that your net worth is all of your assets minus all of your liabilities, which in other words is everything you own, so all the money that you own, versus any money that you owe, so that would be your debts. Which is why when I was in debt, I had a negative net worth, because I owed more money than I actually owned myself, which is kind of scary to think about, but a lot of people start the world and the workforce that way, so no shame around it at all, but it is the reality. So this is all of my assets totaled up. It does not include any liabilities because I do not have any debt anymore. I also get asked pretty often why I don't include my car in my net worth, because a lot of people do include vehicles in their net worth. And the answer is that my car is super old and not worth very much. I bet I could probably get $1,000 to $2,000 for it, but I drive a 2000 Toyota Camry. It is poop brown and it is missing the hubcaps as well as like the grill thing that goes on the front, and it has got a spicy 156,000 miles on it, so it's not worth very much, so I just tend not to count it. Also because I'll probably do something when I get a new car where I just kind of trade it in and use the value of it or something like that. So it's just not something I want to consider because I have no idea if it's going to completely stop working forever in the next week. And that is the kind of volatility I live with. So that is why I do not include my car in my net worth, and I do not include my house in my net worth because I do not own a house. I rent an apartment, and that's really the best decision for me right now, and I'll probably do a video on why that might be a better decision for a lot more people than we think in the future. But for now, just to answer those questions, I don't include car or house because my car is a piece of poop and my house is non-existent. Thank you so much for joining me to track my net worth with me. Let me know if you like this kind of video, and I'll continue to do them at the end of the month. I always talk about my net worth at the end of the month. And sometimes it looks really good and sometimes it does not look as pretty, and that's okay. Please make sure to subscribe to this video if you're interested in more content that is specifically about teacher money, and make sure to give it a like. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I will see you guys in 1 week for my next video, which will be an April budget as well as a sample bare bones budget, which is something that I'll teach you guys how to create in the case that you lose any income at all.